Good morning, everyone. This is John LaPlante, and I am going to show you how to use the Vinson Protect application to audit and print out some really cool reports for the Cybersecurity Rubric. This is primarily for my CCRE colleagues. So if you head on over to Vinson Protect, now you'll notice this says version test. Don't worry about that. This is just my development environment. Everything works exactly the same in real life production. So if you just go out to vinsonprotect.com, you should see this exact login screen. So what you'll do is you'll click sign up. If you don't already have an account, you can enter your first name. So I'm just going to say John Plante. I'm going to say JB Plante plus CCRE test at gmail.com, and I'll put a password in there, and then I'll click sign up. If you just want to sign up with Google, you can just click sign up with Google. It'll ask you for a couple of permissions, and then it'll automatically create your account and launch you to the first setup screen, which I'll show you in just a second. So once you click sign up, it'll take you to this add organization screen. So this is the first step in creating your organization. So I'm just going to create a CCRE test short name, and then CCR testing district. Now when you choose a framework, this is where you can choose which framework you want to audit against. You can add other frameworks later, but this is where you'll choose which framework you want to choose. So I'm going to choose Cybersecurity Rubric version 2. You'll notice there are some other ones you can use. K12.6 is probably the easiest of the frameworks to begin with. The CIS critical security controls, you can also use the NIST, the full NIST cybersecurity framework, which really mimics Cybersecurity Rubric, but it does have some extra features. I'm just going to go ahead and start with Cybersecurity Rubric, and then I'll click Add Organization. So now what's that's going to do is that's going to go in, add the organization, and it's going to bring me to my dashboard. So the first thing you'll see is Cybersecurity Rubric. I haven't done anything yet, so I'll just click on that, and this will launch me to the framework dashboard. This is your control center. Below you'll see various controls, so organizational context, risk management. I mean, you can see them here. To start, click one of the boxes to enter data for that control. So I'll click OK. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to start evaluating my rubric. So I'm going to click on the first one here, gv.oc. This will put me into that control, and then I get a little bit of help here. This is the control dashboard. This is where you enter data for that control, so I'm going to click Get Started. So what you can do now is evaluate this control. Now, if you don't know, initial, repeatable, defined, managed, optimized, if you don't know which one to choose, you can come down here and there's a scoring guide. And I'm going to click on Scoring Guide, and that's actually going to bring up a link to the Cybersecurity Rubric Scoring Guide for the govern category. And I'll look at organizational context here, and I'll just read each one of these and determine what level I'm at. So am I at initial? Am I at repeatable? I'm going to say for the purposes of this that I'm at this repeatable level. So I'm going to pop back over here. I'm going to select repeatable. Policy status. I'm just going to say I have an informal policy for this. I've mostly implemented it. I'll say governance is in initial stages. If you want, if you have any evidence, you can upload an evidence document here. I'm just going to pick something kind of silly, informal policy, and I'll click click a file that doesn't really matter, and I'll add evidence. All right, so now you'll see I've got evidence loaded. I've got a link here. There is one thing that I do want to do for organizational context is I do want to add a task for me. So you'll notice over here there's a tasks button. So I'm going to click add task. I'm just going to say test CCRE, test CCRE task. I'm going to say the priority on this is medium. I'm going to say this is just planned. Cybersecurity Rubric version 2 is my framework. My control is organizational context. And I'm going to say my goal is to get to the defined level. I'm going to have a due date, and I'm going to assign it to me. Okay? And then I'll click Add Task. So what that does is that adds a task to my task list. So if I pop over here to Tasks, you would see that task show up. So if I click on Tasks, there's the task list that I have. It shows you the framework and the control, who it's assigned to. Okay, so if I come back over to my framework, you'll see that I have now started evaluating my rubric. So you can continue to do this with all of the other 22 controls. A couple of things up here, you'll notice that this is still in progress. Once you get done with everything, you can click the completed button, and that will complete the framework. This framework score history will show you every month how you've done at improving your scores. Now, this is only for completed frameworks. So once you click the completed button every hour, then that will then evaluate how you're doing against that framework, and then it'll keep that score for a month. Okay? So in the interest of time, I'm going to pop over to another organization, and I've finished this. This is a completed framework. So this is what yours will look like. Lots of different colors for lots of different evaluations. You can see what the different colors mean. So gray means it's not evaluated, initial, repeatable, defined, managed, and optimized. All right, so you'll be able to see those. So a couple of reports that you can print. First of all is a status report. So I'm going to click status report here, and that's going to come up with each of the categories and each one of the controls. So this is organizational context. You see this is at a 2 out of 5 points because it's at repeatable. And you can, this will be able to be printed. So I can go all the way to the bottom here and click download PDF. That'll download a PDF for me, and then I can bring that up and print this out as a report. It's a couple pages long, good for high-level discussions with board members and administrators. Now, the security plan is a little bit more in-depth. So I'm going to click on security plan. This is going to be, again, a little bit more in-depth. So what this is going to show you is each one of the categories, what the current status is, what that means. Again, so if I pop back over, I need to pop back over to this one. Remember that scoring guide I brought up? Well, this here, this risk mitigation defenses, this is what's going to print in that status report. So this is just coming directly from the rubric. So depending on what category you have, what control, and what status you have, that's what's going to define what shows up here. It's also going to include any tasks that you've assigned for that particular control, and it'll continue to do that through all of the controls in the framework. And then you can come down here, click on download, and that will download, that'll create a PDF and download it. Then you can open that up and print it. Okay, so this is a more detailed, in-depth report for you. It has a lot more detail. I wouldn't begin to share this with board members or administrators unless they really want the detail. This is good for auditors or for cybersecurity insurance companies who want to see some more of that detail. Okay. All right. So that's really it. That's what I wanted to share. So this is free for schools to use. It's free to create an account, free to use. You can add additional. So if I come in here under frameworks, I can add. So right now I have 3 frameworks For this particular school, I can add another one. So if I want to add the cybersecurity framework, the full NIST cybersecurity framework, I can do that as well. But this is where you will choose different frameworks. To make a framework current, you just click on the current. So if I want to make CIS version 8 current, for example, just click on that, and then that launches me to the CIS version 8 framework. Okay, so that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you all. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much.